Yes guys, how you all doing? Please smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Just back to talk about some of those Premiership games yesterday. Barnstorming day in the Premier League. So happy it's back. I mean, that international break, oh, absolute killer. But look, where do we start? Ange Postecoglou gets sacked after 8 games managing Nottingham Forest. Another defeat, 3-0 at home to Chelsea, in which was, you know, some say a better performance from Forest. But look, set pieces, you know, it was a good ball from Neto, wasn't it, for the first goal, and Ajipon with his first Chelsea goal started it off in that second half. Then not long after, there was a free kick from Neto. Keeper should have done better. He really should have. 2-0, and then late a goal from a corner. And look, Nottingham Forest, you know, known for their good defensive abilities last season under Nuno, and they've just completely lost their way. Guys, look, they're not scoring goals. They're creating some chances, but I mean, you can't keep conceding set piece goals like this. And that Ange Postecoglou and his press conference on Friday, it's just an absolute embarrassment, wasn't it, really? Going on and on about a number of things, and he just never owns up to kind of, you know, maybe it's his tactics, maybe it's how he's setting up teams. He did it at Spurs last season, 22 Premier League defeats, absolutely shocking. Yes, he won the Europa League, but and he's gone into Nottingham Forest. Where's the new manager bounce? Normally when a new manager comes in, the players raise their games, you see some wins, some good performances, but I mean, absolute shocker, isn't it? Yes, maybe he should have been given more time, of course, but you just don't get time in the Premier League. And the Nottingham Forest chairman, he doesn't want Forest to get dragged in to a relegation battle. There's a lot of games to play. They're in Europe. They can climb back up that league, and I'm sure they will appoint a better manager now. And I think a decision had to be made. How long can you go on for without winning a football match? You look at Nottingham Forest's games coming up, a lot of them are really tough fixtures, and the way Nottingham Forest are playing, so vulnerable at the back. They've just forgotten how to defend, conceded set pieces, the corner, wasn't it, in the late on. And look, that's it, the end of Ange. Hopefully now we won't have to hear anything about Ange for a long time. I'm sick to death of his antics, and he's just not a Premiership manager. He's best off going somewhere else, and somewhere abroad where he can find his feet. He can't do it in the Premier League. He definitely can't. There's too much evidence against it that he can manage. But enough of Ange talk. Let's move on to that Brighton Newcastle game. Brighton 2, Newcastle 1. Brighton now, you know, you look at their season so far, they've beaten City, they've beaten Chelsea. Now Newcastle, they've got a point against Spurs. They're a real decent side, aren't they, Brighton? And they don't give up. But Danny Welbeck with 2 goals, one late. Newcastle didn't have the best first half, came back in the second half. Wolfamader with a lovely goal. I really enjoyed that goal, and I think they were pushing, weren't they, really, for the winner. But look, Brighton late on, Danny Welbeck with a goal, and 2-1, and fair play to them. You know, 12 points I think they've got this season. And look, they're a decent side, Brighton. They really are performing better against the better sides, and the sides are kind of maybe at their level below, they kind of do struggle. So Palace Bournemouth, wow, what a game, what a Premiership game, eh? 3-3. Bournemouth 2-0 up in the first half. Krupi with his two couple of goals. Palace, they just kept going, didn't they? In the second half come Mateta. He had so many chances. He could have had 2 hat-tricks yesterday, but he got those 2 goals. And he scored a penalty as well, didn't he? They went 3-2 up. And Bournemouth, they didn't give up. They came back, equalised. I think it was Tavernier who got the goal. And look, what a fantastic game of football. And you know what, Palace, they should have won it, shouldn't they? Mateta should have scored the 4th, and he blew it. He squared it over the bar. But what an entertaining game of football. Those 2 teams, Bournemouth, Palace, good sides. They are good sides. you know, and they're going to have good seasons. And a draw is a draw. I mean, Ariola was furious with some referee decision. I don't blame him. You know, the goal was called out offside, wasn't it? I think that was Mateta's first or second. I can't remember now. But look, both teams doing well this season. Bournemouth, such a difficult side to beat. I just don't know how they do it. They've lost so many players in the summer, but they're still performing at such a good level. And yeah, and Palace again showing that they don't give up. Their XG was really high yesterday. They created so many chances against Bournemouth, and probably on the play overall, they should have won the game. It's something over 4 XG. Amazing game, really entertaining. Burnley picking up a 2-0 win against Leeds. Something about Leeds made the most crosses in the Premier League match this season, but yeah, Burnley worthy of their 2 goal. I think let Leeds struggle, don't they, to score goals. That's their problem. They don't have a real kind of clinical striker up there, and they may struggle this season. I mean, when I saw them against Spurs, I thought they played fairly well. You know, probably unlucky not to take something out of that game, but again, they just weren't clinical enough, and they're all susceptible to concede goals. Tough season for them. City 2-0 against Everton. Everton made, you know, City work. It wasn't straightforward. Haaland a difference, 2 goals again. I think he's up to 10 goals in the Premier League already. Look, Everton, they did what they could, but you know, at the end of the day, City, you know, when you've got Haaland in there, you know, you've got a chance of winning so many games. And now City were pushed up to second in the league. But Everton will take pride from that. You know, they've improved greatly this season. Moyes is doing really well. They're going to be a hard team to play against and beat. And I don't think David Moyes was too disheartened with the performance. Obviously unhappy with the defeat. But yeah, it's just City on their day. They're a good side, aren't they? Let's move on to Sunderland. That didn't really look too much into that one, but I see another loss for Wolves, really struggling this season. Sunderland's home form may keep them up this year. 2-0. I'll be happy with that, and they're doing really well, aren't they, in the league so far? They're up there in the top half of the table, picking up wins, and yeah, and Wolves, God, they've got to be careful. They've got to start picking up some performances soon, because you know they could be in a relegation fight. And then we've got the Arsenal going to Fulham. Tricky game. Fulham, good side. They always raise their game against the better sides. Arsenal coming out 1-0 victors. Another set piece goal. There wasn't a perfect performance from Arsenal at all. I heard from kind of seeing parts of the game, listening to the reaction, that they did kind of control the match after Fulham started fairly well. Fulham did have a couple of good chances. Arsenal huffing and puffing at times. They didn't have a good game. Questions on Gorkarez again. But, you know, another set-piece goal. Was it from a corner, Trossard? And, you know, people were saying, you know, they're set-piece FC. I think over 50% of their goals have been from set-pieces this season. But at the end of the day, a win's a win, isn't it? It's a tricky game away to Fulham. Crowd will be up for it, night game. You know, you've got to take it. I think you take the 3 points, and then you hope to kind of improve performances in the next games coming up. Any other games, I think that's it, guys. That's all the games covered from yesterday. Fantastic Premiership football. Guys, give us your comments, leave us your thoughts on any of the games maybe that you saw, and anything that I may have missed and picked up from those matches. So, Tottenham Villa, 2 o'clock. Yeah, looking forward to this one. I'm hoping Spurs put in a good performance today. You know, we have been getting results in the Premier League, 1 defeat in 11, but I think performances can improve. That's what I'll be looking at, playing Villa today at home. Villa scored 6 goals in 7 games. They're not very prolific. Yes, they've got some good players. I'm sure Emery will have a game plan against Thomas Frank's Tottenham. Emery's got a decent record as well against Thomas Frank. So, yeah, two different sides playing today. Look, I'm hoping today that we're going to see more kind of attacking threat from our side. You know, creating better quality chances. You know, if that left-hand side has got to be an improvement. Is Frank going to go with Doggy, Wilson and Xavi again? Just kind of keeping the same team. Maybe he'll start again. You know, he got that goal against Leeds. Will he play again, or will he go with Richarlison? Guys, who would you prefer up front? To me, both of them much of a muchness, really. Obviously, a lot of our players reliant on Kudos. We're hoping that he has a good game. He's going to have to play well, because we do struggle to create chances. So look, defence I don't have any issues with. We all know who's going to play. That's solid. Romero, we need to have a good game, of course. We need a good performance from him. Some of the balls he can play from defence into midfield, into the attack, could be key today. The midfield's going to be very congested. Aston Villa's Emery, they're quite a narrow side. Obviously they'll be trying to press us at certain times, and as I said in my video on Friday, they'll be kind of looking to pick up that space between our midfield and defence. They're going to run out our full-backs. They're going to press when we're playing it out from the back. And Spurs have got to be on it. Got to fight for every ball, and create some better chances, and score some goals, win the game well. That would be really nice for Spurs to do that, because our home form this season hasn't been great. I don't think Villa, they're not going to go really attacking against us, but they're not going to sit back the whole game. They're going to want to try and impose their game on us, so there should be more space for us to attack. It should be a really, really good game. But again, look, I'm expecting Spurs to win this match. I'm sorry, we've got to start winning our home games. Got to put in good performances. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. No, I do respect Villa as a team. They've done well under Emery the last few seasons. Yes, this season it's been a bit of a struggle. They lost some players in the summer. Some of their new signings haven't got up to scratch yet, but I think Villa will rise up that league. But guys, give us your thoughts on this one. Are you expecting a win? What you're looking for in kind of performance-wise? What is it? Just going to be Spurs reliant on Kudos again, or do you think we'll see more from Xavi today? Is Tell going to get on the score sheet? I don't know. We like players like Wilson. He's got to do more, isn't he? His performances have been steady, okay. Him and Tell playing well in the international break, playing for the under-21s. But guys, come on, this is just completely different level playing in the Premier League. They need to do more, especially in front of the home fans. With the home support there, maybe they feel pressure. I don't know. But they've got to up their performances. Bentancur, Paulini, central midfield. Porro obviously be right back. Vicario in goal, and we pretty much know what this team is going to look like. We really do. But guys, give us your thoughts on it. I'll be back after the game for a match review, hopefully talking about a good performance and another win, and I'll catch you all guys later. Please smash the like button, please subscribe if you haven't, and as always, come on you Spurs.